I don't know if I'm recording now or not. I think I am.
Can you see the numbers moving?
No,
Oh, the red button's on.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the red is blinking on and off.
And then I can test it. Okay, today I'm out here at
Sunrise Acres.
what acres?
Sunrise.
Sunrise Acres with Gene Unger and his family.
And
his
the neighbors.
His
got
tribe.
Austin and Liz
I know Austin.
Hey, how are you?
And I'm making a video for my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So you guys are going to be in it.
Okay.
Whether you like it or how much you like it. Anyway, Gene Unger here is just an amazing farmer. Almost as amazing as Austin, because Austin is young, and that's what makes it more amazing, right?
It does. We've been there and done it. Now we're just tinkering.
Anyway, Gene is out here, and I don't want to interrupt what you're doing, but he just told me that he's grew, I don't know how this will come out, 5 acres? 3 acres?
About 5 years we added popcorn in there.
Popcorn. So he's the popcorn guru that I know. I don't know
And
other
you'll meet my son yet too. He's the real guru.
Okay. Anyway, we're
Yeah.
gonna make a video here today of some of the things that's been going on and his, what would you call it?
Well, gentleman's farm.
A gentleman's farm. Okay.
Yep. We've got 121 acres here. We bought this in '86. It was a family farm, and we family farm on the Lodi side of the river was near you.
Yeah,
You and Connie. But we bought this in '86. It's been kind of rented out most of the time. Now we're starting to take some back. We got grapes and blackberries and stuff going. That was our popcorn field, and we've got a crew down there picking right now. And I'll just kind of show you around. We got an old Cub Cadet in here. We cultivate. So we do a lot of old-time farming practices, so we don't introduce a lot of chemicals and things.
Some of my people really love that. I have a special friend in Dubuque. He's going to say, that video was great.
Well, we freeze the popcorn instead of putting a lot of chemicals on it. There's no little bugs or anything that are going to last in a 3-day freeze, and then we re-clean it after that. So we'll talk through the process once we get inside. But Austin and Liz, if you guys want to go down and head down to the crew there.
Sounds good.
We got lunches going on. We got barbecues and chips and pickles, and we got Rice Krispie treats too.
So Austin, are you here for the free popcorn?
Sure.
They're good customers.
I imagine.
Your mom out in New York is.
Yeah, in Massachusetts, she loves it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Austin is a neighbor over here, and you're also a farmer,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yeah, we farm beef and row crops.
Yeah. Anyway, he's out here because it's such a nice day. And what about you? What's going on your farm today?
Not too much.
Not a whole lot.
I heard a rumor the hay shed was full.
It is full.
That's a good thing. Last year wasn't quite that way.
No, a lot more rain this year.
Austin and Liz been helping for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 4 years or so, helping us. We got 11 acres of grass that we mow for. What started out for horses, and then it turned into calves, and then I'm getting too old, and I said, would you take it over? And Austin and Liz says, you got it. And they did second crop and finished up this year. So I was very appreciative of that.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can see here, this corn this year, next year, it might be corn 2 years and then beans. Here comes my son Dusty, he's coming up.
Okay.
And he'll tell you more about the seed selection, like
Okay.
junk seed.
Good.
And his trusty dog is down there coming. Hey, Oliver. Gotta have a farm dog, you know. Oh, here comes my oldest daughter and her husband and her little daughter down there. She'd be 2. Coming up.
No jumping.
No jump.
No jumping.
Well, this is my son Dusty.
Okay. Hi, Dusty.
Hey there, how you doing?
I may have met you before. I don't know.
Probably in passing somewhere.
I'm Tom Sawyer.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dusty. Yep.
And I know you guys do a lot of things out here. I've heard about it. Your maple syrup as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We tinker with it, but eventually we would like to go commercial with it because it's a good product. So.
Yeah. Okay, Dusty's going to tell me a few things about seed.
So we're just kind of a little hobbyist operation and do a little bit of everything. And the seed itself isn't anything too exciting. Just
How'd you select
a white hybrid.
Jung seed?
Yeah. Yep. Just get it from Jung seed. And I'm probably saying that wrong too. Some people call it Young. Some people call it Jung.
Well,
But,
when I worked downtown in Madison, we would go and have lunch at Cleary's popcorn place, which is no longer there, but it was white popcorn. And then you'd have to stand in line to get the white popcorn.
Okay.
And so we had grown it as kids, and Dusty started off with the white popcorn and some yellow. Yellow didn't sell well, had too many hulls in it. The white is perfect.
Yeah, everybody seems to love the white popcorn more, so
Yeah.
that's what we stick with.
And there's so many different kinds of popcorn.
Oh yeah,
Um,
oh yeah.
The basic two are the mushroom they use
Well,
for caramel corn and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, the mushroom popcorn, it pops more in like a mushroom shape. And then there's the butterfly
Right here.
type
I'm with
popcorn,
Nicole.
which kind of splits in half and kind of looks more like two butterfly wings when it pops.
Okay.
Them are the two major types
I
anyway.
think they call them butterfly popcorn. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I wasn't really particular about popcorn because I always felt it was a good way of getting butter in your system.
Support the farmer.
And
Definitely is.
I know there's a lot of different kinds. And I did try popping some of my Indian corn.
Sure.
Not
Yeah.
good. Not
Look,
good.
We got more crew
It
showing
is.
up.
It
Okay.
is kind of a variant of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone can go much more in depth into the genealogy.
This is my oldest daughter, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Hi there.
I remember you.
You remember her from Tiny.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And this is little Sterling.
Yep.
That's my youngest daughter's little guy.
Okay.
They're all here to.
Okay, I'm right here talking to Dusty. And he says that on the other side of this valley over there, and you probably can't see it, but there's a bunch of maple trees on that hillside.
Absolutely.
And he said that next spring, or this last spring, he had 13,000 gallons of sap and for maple syrup. Next year he's going to get 13,050 gallons of sap.
Yeah, I hope so.
Anyway,
I hope so.
it's a where they use the lines, and hopefully next spring I'd like to get out here and just help them with that.
It's great getting out into the woods in the spring.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
And he did what he said, 13,000. A number of years ago when I did maple syrup, I did 300 maybe, or 400.
Sure.
But that was enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
And to be fair, it's not entirely all my sap. There's a couple other guys that do some smaller collections, and they bring it over, and we pile it all together.
And maple syrup is another family thing.
Yeah.
And when you get into the, is it an addiction that you get into maple
it is
syrup?
absolutely an
Yeah, he
addiction.
loves that. And
Definitely.
I know. And
Yep.
and I was just talking to him about the corn pickers down here. And I remember years ago, not that I did it, but I remember the stories that farmers would drive along the cornfields with their horse and wagons, and there would be a couple people picking in the rows, and they said, and I don't know if it was 2 or 3 people that were picking, but they wanted to have an ear of corn in the air at all times. So you had to be fast and not talk a lot like Dusty's doing here with me, but anyway.
Did you want to see him dump the corn in the
Yeah,
dryer up there?
we'll go up above and
I think he's making a photo op for us up there.
okay.
And if you want a ride around, we can jump on the Kubota too, and
Oh, well,
make it a little easier to get around. And
that it might be too confining.
yeah,
Anyway, who lives in this house?
that's me.
Okay.
That's me and my wife and my son Colton.
Okay.
My wife Megan.
And where did you get the tanks right there?
Oh, the IBC totes?
Yeah.
Those actually come from a pharmaceutical company out by La Crosse. I think they had sugar alcohol in them to start with.
Were they? Did you have to pay much for them?
Yeah. You know, the price has gone up tremendously in the
Okay.
last few years, but when I bought them, I think they were $50 a piece
Okay.
for a single time use
Yeah.
tank.
Hi.
Yes,
She found
did.
what? Ladybug? Yeah.
Yep.
We need to make a collection of those things because I think those bugs are good. Okay. We're up here by Dusty's tractor
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
and the
And here's the homemade dryer.
homemade dryer.
Yeah.
Who's your helper here?
That's my son-in-law, Shane Stavens.
Shane, hi.
Hi there.
He's the picker and the driver.
You want to be in my video?
I don't know.
Okay, you're in it. Because Shane is one of the workers here. And we're going to walk over by, oops, yep, over by Gene's collection of corn.
Here comes the bucket today, first one today. This is a 4x8 sheet of plywood, and we got a repurposed furnace fan on it.
Wow.
It'll take about 2 weeks to get this dried down to between 11 and 13% where we like it. Last year we were at 12.8, and we bagged it, shelled it, bagged it. We tested it this year. After being a year in the bag, it was 12.3, which is really, really good for popping.
Ooh. Okay, they're gonna come in here with the tractor, right?
Yep, coming in. Alita, come over here. You can't do that.
Okay, how deep is this?
We have a rack and some screen on it, so air gets underneath it. So we'll have about 2 foot thick platform over here. Alita, over here.
Okay. We want some more.
This is at about 15.5% right now.
Okay.
Still too wet to bag, shell and bag. It won't pop much in the popper. We go down to United Co-op down here, you know, the co-op in Saucon has to test it. They have a popcorn setting.
Okay.
On their corn testing machine.
Wow.
Yeah. So we utilize that. So we started picking at just a little under, well, we started the test at 24.5.
Oh, wow.
We went to 18.8. We're down to 15.8 now. And within a week, we'll probably start shelling some of this. Last year, we only had 360 pounds of popcorn. The year before, over 500. This year, our goal is to hit 700 or 800 pounds.
Okay.
And let me show you what one of the bags does. Once you grab a bag, over there. We did plant a yellow variety, but we didn't have that good luck with it. It didn't sell well.
And this is going to be a white variety.
This is all white. And we will screen this. We'll shell it, screen it, blow it, clean it, freeze it, and we'll re-blow it again, and then we'll bag it. Yep, and this is what it looks like, the finished product right here. Double sealed. That's 12.3% moisture in there.
Premium
That
white
last year.
popcorn from grown in Sauk City.
Yep, that sheller on there is actually from Vern Meinhold's over on Skyview Road.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure you're making big
Big dollars.
dollars. It amounts to what? 25 cents an hour
That's about right.
or less.
We're lucky these little guys work for cookies and for potato chips and barbecue.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like maple syrup and all that other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Just love doing it.
I'm surprised I mean, maybe you've got more different varieties, or is this the only one?
We
This
just
is
like
the
this
one that tastes the best.
Okay.
It's got the best texture and the smallest hulls.
You
Okay.
don't need a
And,
jumpy ball thing. You just need
Once
corn
in a
and
while,
milk.
it's got an Asian beetle, but we strain those out.
Here's our repurposed furnace fan. That blows continuous air in here 24/7 until we
Okay.
test it out. When we hit 13, 12 and a half, boom, it's time to go to work. But we don't throw much away. You can tell by the shed.
So then you just take it out of this box.
Yep, we're going to show you right here.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we just sent it through one of these old
Old.
hand crank shellers. Obviously, I put an electric motor on it. I mean, after the
This is where you
couple hundred
save
pounds.
money.
Yeah.
Electric motor instead of the hand crank.
I-
We
first-
did it for 2 years.
Really?
By hand, and
By hand,
then
yeah.
we got a motor.
Yep. So you can get a little bit of the chaff and bees wings out because it's got a
You
little,
hang on to this till we're
blower.
ready.
Yeah.
We don't need a pan or something, Dad. There's nothing for it to fall into.
Oh.
No, you don't have to run it. I can come back when you're doing it.
No, we'll do it. We'll do it today. We just need a bucket.
Well,
There might be a. Well, I think I used most of the. I don't see a regular bucket fit on there.
Yeah, it does. It just sits there, and then you can put your foot by it. That way we can test it out. Tom will probably have you put a couple ears in.
you want me to put ears in?
No, you got to go away, Sterling. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. And we like to send them in the narrow end first. That seems to clean them better.
Yeah.
Come here, big guy. And we'll let you go
We'll
ahead.
fire it up and see how she works there.
Okay, we're gonna pop some popcorn here.
Go ahead and slide a ear in.
Got to come out almost perfectly clean.
This is so easy.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody a lot of years ago figured this all out. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
You can unplug that now. But that's what it does. It kicks them out the other side. And
I had to fix some bearings and stuff on it, but
no.
other than that, and did some minor modifications
Yeah.
to the.
Now my friend would say, okay, we should get a elevator from there over to here to carry the corn.
Yeah. that would be handy.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure you have, it goes pretty fast.
It does. Yeah. That's probably one of the easiest parts of the,
Put that in your
of the
pocket.
job.
Little payola.
I get paid on my channel. This is payment for coming out here
This is a treat.
and having some fun with Gene and
You and Connie pop some popcorn and then put your feet up and then watch the video of a sunrise.
yeah.
So this is the operation that comes after the shelling.
Okay.
Well, we freeze the popcorn for 3 to 4 days, solid freeze, shallow pans, and then it's already been cleaned and sized and screened already once. And then we run, after it's been frozen, we bring it up here, and if there's any little mothworms or anything in the corn, they would have froze. The freezing would have, they back out. So you don't have to chase them
Okay.
out with pesticides. You do it with cold. Just scientific, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we run it through this here, and what happens is that if there was a little worm in one of the kernels, it would be lighter than one that didn't have it. So the light ones shoot over the top of that red tape, and they head this direction and end up in there. But the heavy ones drop. The ones that are the good sized ones, the heavy
Okay.
ones. So we get more of a select popcorn in the bag in the end. We'll pop the rejects later on ourselves, but this is where all the popcorn that goes for sale goes in that
Okay.
5-gallon pail, and it's that moisture will stay there
Wow.
for 4 to 5 years. It'll keep that moisture because that shell is so hard.
Yeah. This, what you gave me, is not going to last that long.
Well, there's more where that came from. So
Do you have much that gets collected here in this bag?
we only about maybe 5% or less.
Yeah.
And-
No, it's
Maybe
far
2%.
less than that.
And
2%,
then-
yeah.
Then you could sell that as fish bait.
We actually clean it again, and if we pop it, we eat what pops, and we sell the stuff that's good. So, but you can see now that drying operation, we'll lose about 0.5% a day with that dryer now, and so we need almost 3% to come down now. So
Okay.
we're talking about 6 days roughly, and this will be ready to shell, and we'll start bagging later. We'll put it all together in 5-gallon pails, and then we'll bag it when it gets cold out.
There is one other grading process we'll go through.
Yeah, here's our
This
screen.
shaker table here.
Sandy is one of the celebrities out here. Sandy's one of the matriarchs of the association here.
I'm not a good judge of size, Austin. How much? Do you think this is a half an acre?
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy. I bet it's closer to an acre.
Do you think so?
3/4 maybe?
3/4?
I wouldn't say it is an acre, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's because it is pretty long.
It is longer than it looks, yeah.
Because, like, you know, the city acre definition is like a football field.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, what they're doing here, and Sandy is demonstrating taking the silk off, and they make this a family operation, and Sandy is not slow at it. She's neat at it. She's good. Anyway,
That's more North Dakota territory.
anything you want to say to my people that view my channel?
I'm good if I know the acres and like how much I've left. You know?
The best part.
here because you know you get around on these twisty. There's always work to everything though.
Yeah, and I was saying before, you know, popcorn is a good way of getting butter in your system. Do you butter them a lot, or? Yeah.
160 acre pieces.
Because everybody popcorn's good fiber.
Okay.
Okay, I was just gonna ask.
And Sandy used to be a nurse. She probably still is to these guys here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Retired.
say, you definitely grew up rural if you're in. Yeah. Even the cities out in North Dakota are still pretty rural.
So,
Yeah, Fargo is pretty big.
You just
okay.
slowly feed it in the top of the shaker table. I think those were like 5/32 inch holes.
Just kind of hang on to
For
it.
the,
So
it
don't
depends
jump
on
away.
what kind of popcorn you're screening. But
Oh, yeah.
it just shakes it all
Yeah.
down there, and the little stuff falls down through.
That's our first
And
pass.
then, of course, I added some really strong magnets in the front in case there was any kind of metal that ended up in there.
Who invented this deal?
Well, you know,
Or did you just think of something and...
I'm sure someone on the internet invented it, but I just
Look at, we got springs and
Oh, yeah.
vibration.
Put my own
It's
twist
just
on
like a
Yeah.
vibrating feeder.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Angular.
My friend that does stuff, he has this with a principle of gold.
Yeah.
Flakes of gold.
sure.
And on his channel, he's done that.
Yeah. I do have a clipper seed cleaner that eventually, hopefully, will get up.
That'll
and
be
running.
nice. It's quite a job. We'll still do some of this here though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything
still
that
in the
drops
works.
through here, that's gone. That's a goner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
too small. The little tips of the corn, we'll get some of them. Will get in there.
Yeah.
But so you see in the field selection, we've got a little Cub Cadet with cultivator on it back there to keep the weeds down.
Farmwall Cub, right?
Farmwall Cub Cadet. We got a little rototiller. We till everything up. We get some manure when they spread these fields in the spring, so our organics are in good shape. Vern Meinholz tests some of this soil for us occasionally to let us know how we're doing. And then we've got an old planter. What the planter was, it's an old International.
It's an international, I want to say it's a 56 series, referring to the row unit model.
Yeah.
We had a
And,
John Deere, but it worked so good, a guy came and gave us more money than we thought we should get for it, so we sold it.
It's tough to make a finger pickup planter work with popcorn because the seeds are so hard and round.
Okay.
Doesn't like to bring them up around and drop them. They like to spit out. So the plate planter is definitely the way to go. There is special fingers you can buy for plate type planters like John Deere 7000 series. But
So Dusty does this just for fun.
yes.
And
Yep.
but he also does it.
Part of the fun is building all the machinery and stuff, all the equipment to make everything happen so you can all do it yourself. That's
And some people have hobbies that are costly. But
they are, yeah.
this, I'm
Yeah.
sure you don't make a lot, but you probably don't. If you lose something, you don't lose a lot, but you have
Yeah.
more fun at it. It's a family
You learn something in the process.
operation.
that's for sure.
Yeah, you're always learning. And
Yep. Yeah, this all this stuff probably went through 10 different variations before we got something that worked well for us. So
okay.
you just tweak it a little bit.
To carry the corn.
Yeah. that would be handy.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure you have. It goes pretty fast.
It does.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the easiest parts of the,
Put that in your
of the
pocket.
job.
Little payola.
I get paid. I get paid on my channel this is payment for coming out here
This
and
is a treat.
and having some fun with Gene and
You and Connie pop some popcorn and then put your feet up and then watch the video of a sunrise.
yeah.
Makers.
So this is the operation that comes after the shelling.
Okay.
Well, we freeze the popcorn for 3 to 4 days, solid freeze, shallow pans, and then it's already been cleaned and sized and screened already once. And then we after it's been frozen, we bring it up here, and if there's any little mothworms or anything in the corn, they would have froze. The freezing would have they back out. So you don't have to chase them
Okay.
out with pesticides. You do it with cold. Just scientific, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we run it through this here, and what happens is that if there was a little worm in one of the kernels, it would be lighter than one that
Oh.
didn't have it. So the light ones shoot over the top of that red tape, and they head this direction and end up in there. But the heavy ones drop. The ones that are the good sized ones, the heavy
Okay.
ones. So we get more of a select popcorn in the bag in the end. We'll pop the rejects later on ourselves, but this is where all the popcorn that goes for sale goes in that
Okay.
5-gallon pail, and it's that moisture will stay there
Wow.
for 4 to 5 years. It'll keep that moisture because that shell is so hard.
Yeah. This, what you gave me, is not going to last that long.
Well, there's more where that came from. So
Do you have much that gets collected here in this bag?
we only about maybe 5% or less.
Yeah.
And-
No, it's
Maybe
far
2%.
less than that.
And
2%.
then-
Yeah.
Then you could sell that as fish bait.
We actually clean it again, and if we pop it, we eat what pops, and we sell the stuff that's good. So, but you can see now that drying operation, we'll lose about 0.5% a day with that dryer now, and so we need almost 3% to come down now. So
Okay.
we're talking about 6 days roughly, and this will be ready to shell, and we'll start bagging. We'll put it all together in 5-gallon pails, and then we'll bag it when it gets cold out.
There is one other grading process we'll go through.
Yeah, here's our
This
screen.
shaker table here.
Okay, I'm concluding this video with Gene here and his family, and the best part, I shouldn't say the best part, but a good part was right here in front of me. They invited me for lunch, and I think that was made by Sandy, yeah, and eaten by Dusty and everybody else.
Thanks for coming, Tom. Appreciate it. It was all last minute, but I looked at your videos last night and I said, I think we could do just as well with one here with popcorn.
Well, I just,
Austin and Liz here,
yeah, and I just have
all the
such
kids.
good actors and actresses, you know, that should be good. Anyway, and I do hope to come back in some other event that you do out here. GoPro, stop recording.